Welcome back, guys. My name is Cam, and you are listening to Cam's Family Hour. Join us every Saturday and Sunday, where we'll spend the hour learning something new while listening to India's best music. So tune in Harek Saturday 10 baje te Sunday 1 baje for an hour everyone can enjoy. Cam's Family Hour. ਤੇ ਮੇਰੇ ਨਾਲ ਜੇ ਕਦੇ ਵੀ ਬਾਤ ਕਰਨੀ ਹੋਵੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਜਦੋਂ ਮਰਜ਼ੀ ਫੋਨ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ ਆ 559-273-7673 again 559-273-7673.
Mrs. Gandhi, how tense is the situation on your frontiers with Pakistan?
It's very serious indeed. The two armies are confronting each other. And of course, shelling has been going on for quite some time, even before I left.
Do you really think it's possible that Pakistan would attack India with their present internal situations?
Well, when there is the sort of chaos which they obviously have, they may take desperate action and feel that an external enemy might unite some of the people there.
What about you? Is there a situation in which you might attack Pakistan?
Well, I hope not. India has always tried to be on the side of peace and negotiations and so on. But of course we can't endanger our security in any way.
Do you frankly expect to see war with Pakistan soon? It does look to many people as if it's inevitable.
I don't think one can really give an answer to a question of this kind. Because as I said, we are trying everything possible to prevent it.
Why have you not felt able to agree, as the Pakistani president has, and he suggested it, that you should withdraw some troops from your frontiers?
Pakistan, as I moved its troops forward a considerable time before we did. Now, while they were there on our border, nobody raised any question that this would be, endangers peace, it endangers our country. Now, when we felt compelled in the interest of our defense, the whole world seems to have woken up. Now, it seems a very unrealistic situation to me. And as far as going back is concerned, our positions are much further back. I mean, we don't have a second line that is that could serve us should Pakistan decide to attack after all. So it would not be, I don't think I would be doing my duty to the country and to the people if we would agree. And one thing you must remember is that we have never attacked anybody, but we have been attacked 3 times.
But do you support the Bangladesh guerrillas? Do you support a separate state in East Pakistan?
You see, it's not a question of supporting or not. The question is what is likely to happen. I don't think we can shut our eyes to the situation in a neighboring state. I think, and I personally think that most of the world believes this, so they may not be willing to say it out openly, that Pakistan as it existed can never be the same again.
But don't you think the situation on your frontiers might be less dangerous if you personally were to meet Yahya Khan, so that you understood each other's positions more clearly?
Have you read some of Yahya Khan, the president's speeches and interviews?
Yes.
Well, and do you still think it would serve a useful purpose?
Maybe you would understand each other's positions on the frontier better. You'd understand why your troops are stationed there.
No, I understand it perfectly well. There's absolutely no doubt in my mind. Our troops are stationed there because we were threatened by the military regime of Pakistan. In no uncertain words, there has been a situation of indirect aggression. And I don't think that you could point out to me any other head of government who in the present circumstances would have been so restrained, when the entire country is not restrained. I mean, it is great difficulty that we are holding the situation. And then what we get outside is to equate us with a government which has killed more than 1 million people, which has created conditions of barbarity which I don't think the world has very seldom seen. Perhaps against the Jews in Hitler's time, but I don't think in any other time of history has this sort of thing been witnessed.
Do you see yourself somehow being drawn into this, being involved in this in some way that you might have to intervene in East Pakistan? Out of humanity, almost.
Well, East Bengal is the affair of the leaders of East Bengal. Now, it's up to them what should happen there.
Final question. The refugees are still coming over and you have this enormous problem in India. How much longer can you sustain this?
Oh, we can't sustain it now longer. It's now for some months it really has been something that's, water going higher and higher.
What are you going to do about it?
But something will have to be done. One thing I must say, that I'm absolutely determined that all the refugees of all religions must go back. We are not going to absorb them in our population.
Would you have necessarily put them back by force?
Well, I'm not jumping bridges before I come to them, but I'm only sure of this, that they have to go back.
Welcome back to the program. So you asked the aftermath of the war? Well, Colonel John Singh Gill said, after a brief honeymoon phase between India and Bangladesh, their relations began to sour. India's relations with Bangladesh have remained frequently problematic and tense. A 2014 public opinion poll in Bangladesh found that India was perceived as the greatest threat to Bangladesh. Really, Bangladeshis? Really? This was the top choice, you guys, 27%. However, 70% of Bangladeshis held a positive view of India, compared to a 50% with positive view of Pakistan. People have short-term memories. Sare log bhul jande hain. Do you forget the atrocities committed by the Pakistani soldiers and the rapes of their wives and their daughters is all forgotten? And today the Muslims in Bangladesh think India is a threat and Pakistan is their friend? Really? Really? They think India is a threat and Pakistan is their friend. My. How soon we forget who saved who. Kene kenu bachaya saga. Come on, Bangladeshis. Do the youth of Bangladesh even remember? Do they even remember who saved their parents and their grandparents from absolute doom and death? Inni sheti bhul gaye. So soon we forget who were our friends and who were killing us. So what's new, right? What's new? No good deed goes unpunished. We in India have seen Bangladesh citizens who came to India and carried several terrorist attacks in India. Remind you of 9/11, anybody? 9/11? Did you know, you guys, that we here in America have had 45 terror attacks after 9/11? 45 terror attacks after 9/11. I have them printed right in front of me, each and every one, specifically proving the terror attacks on American people by these same people. Cam's Family Hour. Mera na Cam Hega, and I'm your host. Each week, we talk about issues close to our lives and the lives of our neighbors and friends. We talk about current issues, history, culture, and try to inform our listeners of issues that they might otherwise not have known. We are a non-denominational, non-partisan, non-religious program brought to you, the people of the Valley, and for the people of India, Sri Lanka, Nepal, Bhutan, and the Fiji Island. We strive to raise the bar higher and higher each day in Indian programming. We are looking for your support. So ਜੇ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਸੋਹਣਾ ਲੱਗਦਾ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਅਸੀਂ ਕਿਹੜੀਆਂ ਗੱਲਾਂ ਦੱਸਦੇ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਆ, ਕਿਹੜੇ ਗਾਣੇ ਲਾਉਂਦੇ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਆ, ਤੁਸੀਂ ਸਾਡੇ ਨਾਲ ਐਡਵਰਟਾਈਜ਼ ਕਰੋ. For those of you who like what they hear, go to my Facebook page, Cam's Family Hour. Ain't that simple? Cam, K-A-M-S. Tell us that you appreciate our efforts. And for those of you outside the signal, again, ਇੰਨੀ ਵਧੀਆ ਚੀਜ਼ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਜੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਆਪਣੀ ਕਾਰਾਂ ਪਿੱਛੇ ਚਲਾਉਣੇ ਹੈਗੇ ਆ, ਨਾਲੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਸੈਂਟਰਲ ਵੈਲੀ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈਗੇ, ਤੁਸੀਂ ਆਹ ਫੋਨ ਨੰਬਰ ਨੂੰ ਕਾਲ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ ਆ ਆਪਣੇ ਸੈੱਲ ਫੋਨ ਤੋਂ 712 712-832-7040. Again, 712-832-7040. ਤੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ live ਮੇਰੀ program ਸੁਣ ਸਕਦੇ ਹੋ. Or you could download our free app from your Play Store or your phone, KBIF AM 900. And you can listen worldwide. ਸਾਰੇ ਲੋਕ ਇੰਡੀਆ ਤੋਂ ਵੀ ਸੁਣ ਸਕਦੇ ਆ. And for those of you who wish to call me at the studio, my number is 559-230-900. I am live on the radio, and I can only answer your calls during the breaks. And for those of you who are listening to the rebroadcast of my program during the week, you can call me. Je tusi mere naal gal karna mangde meri office number to phone karo 559-264-8800. Again, 559-264-8800. ਜੇ ਮੈਂ ਨਾ ਚੱਕੂੰਗੀ ਫੋਨ, ਤੁਸੀਂ ਮੈਸੇਜ ਛੋੜ ਦਿਓ ਤੇ ਮੈਂ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਮੋੜ ਕੇ ਫੋਨ ਕਰ ਦੂੰਗੀ. ਜੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਐਡਵਰਟਾਈਜ਼ ਕਰਨਾ ਮੰਗਦੇ ਹੈਗੇ ਆ ਮੇਰੇ ਪ੍ਰੋਗਰਾਮ ਤੇ, ਅਗੇਨ 559-264-8800. I'll be right back.
अमेरिका के राष्ट्रीय सुरक्षा सलाहकार हेनरी किसिंजर भारत आए हुए थे. इंदिरा ने उन्हें निजी मुलाकात के लिए अपने घर आने का न्योता दिया, लेकिन इसके साथ ही उन्होंने एक और शख्स को उस मुलाकात के दौरान मौजूद रहने का निर्देश दिया.
हेलो
सैम, मैं चाहती हूँ कल सुबह का नाश्ता आप मेरे साथ करें.
जी, जैसा आपका है.
लेकिन एक बात का ध्यान रखिएगा, कल आप आर्मी यूनिफॉर्म में ही आए.
आप ये कह रहे हैं कि ब्रेकफास्ट के वक्त भी मैं यूनिफॉर्म में रहूं?
जी, आप यूनिफॉर्म में ही आइए.
ठीक है.
गुड नाइट.
गुड नाइट.
इंदिरा ने यह फोन भारतीय थल सेना अध्यक्ष सैम मानेकशॉ को किया था, लेकिन यह बात सैम की समझ से बाहर थी कि इंदिरा ने उन्हें ब्रेकफास्ट पे बुलाया है तो फिर आर्मी यूनिफॉर्म में क्यों. खैर, यह राज खुलने में अब रात भर का ही फासला था.
मिस्टर किसिंजर, आपको प्रेसिडेंट निक्सन को यह समझाना होगा कि पाकिस्तान पर लगाम लगाने के लिए उन्हें कोई न कोई कदम उठाना ही होगा. पूर्वी पाकिस्तान में जो हालात हैं वो अब बर्दाश्त से बाहर होते जा रहे हैं. ऐसे में भारत के लिए बहुत मुश्किल होता जा रहा है कि हम चुपचाप रहकर सब देखते रहें. पूर्वी पाकिस्तान में जो हो रहा है उसे रोकना होगा. मुझे लगता है यूनाइटेड स्टेट्स को इसके लिए कुछ करना चाहिए.
But I cannot give you any assurance on this.
अगर यही रुख रहा तो मुझे वो करना पड़ेगा जो मैं करना नहीं चाहती.
And what do you intend to do?
अगर अमेरिका की सरकार और अमेरिका के राष्ट्रपति हालात को काबू में नहीं ला सकते तो मुझे इनसे कहना पड़ेगा कुछ करने के लिए.
And America's lack of leadership, and yes, I said it, America's lack of leadership in stopping the atrocities committed by Pakistan forced India no other choice. No other choice. Remember, we are a peaceful people. They forced India no other choice but to enter the war. And the best part, it was all over in 14 days. 14 दिन बाद war मुक गया सी. असी जित गए.